guys, this is part 2 of my video that I was filming right now. Part 1 was getting a little longer. I didn't want that, so I decided to shorten it down. But this time I'm going to try to see if what I'm going to talk about is not going to make this video longer too. So apparently what I left out in the video before I ended it was that Kat came back and whatnot. So before she finds out she's a medium and whatnot, there's gonna be also a part where Harry tells Macy that he has a plan, which is where Macy, dressed up in her gym outfit, goes to the gym, Jordan's gym, try to like box with him as a beginner, trying to make him think that. And so while they were doing that, Harry's just like looking in, like some people would think he's a stalker, but he's not. He's just doing that for the sake of finding out more details of Jordan. And then when Jordan's like bending down, doing whatever, Macy ends up signaling this to Harry, and Harry's trying to come in like normally without Jordan suspecting him to do whatever. And then out of nowhere, Macy suggests that why don't they go to sparring, and Jordan's talking to her like asking her if she's sure she's ready for that, and she is. And when they were doing that, Harry ends up coming in, going to Jordan's bag, and right when Jordan was gonna look, Macy does a cheap shot and punch him right in the nose. And I was like, dang, that girl can punch. And honestly, with her fighting skill, she can really punch good. And then Jordan gets pissed and takes his gloves off, or at least his wraps, and then do the same thing with Macy, take her gloves off, or her boxing mitts, or whatever you call it, I don't know the terms, and say that was a cheap shot, and that fighting someone that's not your size or something, and I forgot what else he said. And then he saw Harry like bending, looking over his gym bag, and asked Harry what he's doing, or why he was doing that. But then Harry ends up quickly lie to save his butt, and say that he's just waiting for his friend, which is Macy, to be done. And when that happened, they leave. Harry still opens the door for her, even if they have like this awkward tension. So they do that. Macy asks Harry if they succeeded on doing what they needed to do. He said yes, and he holds the ring, and he ends up like, hold on. And then he ends up using the swipe card to enter to the command center. Then it goes back to Parker and Maggie talking about it. Parker wants to earn Maggie's trust back by taking the truth serum that she had, but then Maggie tells Parker that trust needs to be earned, not forced. So Parker takes off the power dampening cuff off her. They talk. She tries not to like say that Harry's Dark Lighter was the one that tried to run after them. So she just says Dark Lighter, and she doesn't trust Parker that enough to tell him everything, because it's been like a few months or weeks since the assassin first came after them. They talk about that, and then they also talk about what they're gonna do to find out who killed the Dryads and took the fruit. Then it goes back to Macy and I don't know. No, then it goes back to Mel and Kat. They talk, and Mel asks Kat if she trusts her enough to prove to her that she's not crazy. Then they leave, and it goes back to Macy and Harry. Macy's like dropping some drips of potion or something to rip out his essence. And then Harry gets all like snappy towards her, saying just like him. And then Macy tries to like confide him or comfort him, but he doesn't want that because apparently he's like already finding out or knowing that there's pieces of him, and he's just afraid that what if Macy likes the different part of him and not everything of him. And so he asked Macy if she likes the Dark Lighter. She says yeah, because that's a piece of him. Honestly, she said part of him, he would still snap. And he's like, yeah, that's just all he is. He's just pieces. But then I was like screaming in the inside, why don't you just show him that you really care? And at this point, I don't think nothing's gonna budge into Harry's brain that Macy only cares about him. Just because she likes a different part of him doesn't mean she doesn't like the part that part of him, that who he is. She does. It's just probably hard for them to tell each other because of their previous relationship. Like Macy's relationship with Galvin, it worked up until Galvin didn't want to be part of it anymore, and that kind of like sort of probably be the reason why she broke. Her and her sister's bond broke when she took on the Source, and also because of her demon side taking over that time. And Harry with Charity, he had these feelings for Charity, but they broke it off right after Charity's sister Fiona was dead, but actually not dead. She was in Tartarus at the time. And then when they got back together, he was so happy up until he finds out that Charity killed the other elders to protect the secret that she did, which was that he found out that she's the reason why, or she's behind the murder of the girl's mom, and he doesn't even know her. So apparently those two are just trying to get over all of that, but still remember it. And then it goes back to Mel taking Kat to the manor, showing her a video of that she took of Maggie's graduation with her mom in it, and Kat was telling her that's the voice, that's the person she knows that she saw, and she's wondering how does Mel know her. Mel told her that's her mom, but she recently died a year ago in the show. And then she tells Kat that she's a medium, and then after that it ended up going back to Maggie and Parker going to the demon, like the jail cell for demons, and she sees that the only way they get the answers out of them for whatever they're finding out about was to torture them. But then Maggie tries to like convince Parker that's not the right thing to do. So instead they stop that, put the demons back in their cell, including Abigail. And then like a few minutes later, Abigail thanks Godric, which is the demon's name, for the snack, for the food. But little did she know was that they dosed it with truth serum, so apparently it would be hard for her to like tell a lie. But then she did tell a little part of a lie about her in that question survey thing that they did. So they asked who was the one who killed the Dryads and stuff. She said her, and then, which was Godric, of course, but she had to lie for him. But that was like the third question they asked, or the second question they asked. Maggie first asked her, what did she think of Harry? She said that she finds him dreadful or something, but wants to corrupt him sexually. Honestly, she could try her best to do that, but Macy ain't gonna let that happen, which apparently proves that the first part when that happened, when she tried to do that, Macy actually stopped her before she did it, so apparently she has to go through Macy before she does that. And then the third part, Parker asked her, would you ever stop trying to kill him? And she ends up saying, as long as she lives, she's never gonna stop. So Parker says that she's gonna be executed, but we, but then later on that episode ends up going back to Macy and Harry with the ring again, and they do something different, and then like a little gold dust comes up, but then it turns like gray smoke, and it shows like a projection of Jordan's great grandfather, Lawrence Mortimer Chase, and they see him and two other guys with this woman who happens to be a witch, and his great grandfather was saying these things, and then when the two guys were gonna take her away, she ends up cursing his great grandfather, which is cursed withered 5x5, which is 25. So apparently they won't live long enough to see their 26th birthday. So every man in Jordan's family dies at 25. So they find that out, and then they leave the command center and go to probably Maggie's office, but that's like the ending of the same. And then Maggie looks at Parker trying to like see if he's gonna actually go with executing her, but instead he doesn't. He just strips her of her demon powers, and so that because he thought that she shouldn't die as a demon, she shouldn't die noble as a demon, so she should like be incarcerated by being immortal. But little does Parker know was that she's a half witch, so apparently she's gonna be so she's just gonna be a witch. And then after that they go a long time, and then it goes back to Mel and Kat again. They're out on the patio, or should I say backyard. They talk. Kat tells Mel while putting her hand on her hands, saying that they were destined to be together, or destined to meet each other or something. And then they kiss, and then Mel stops that and tells Kat that they can't because she's been down that road, and it hasn't been the best of luck for her or something, and she doesn't want the same thing for Kat if they ever got together. And I mean, it does suck that every time when Mel gets a love interest, or at least another love interest, it doesn't work out for her. So I'm hopefully that Kat does come back, and they can still be like friends or something. So then it goes back to Maggie and Parker talking about it. Parker tries to kiss Maggie, but Maggie didn't let that, and then Maggie ends up kissing him, and then they go up to his room, and they just, do what usually couples do. I'm not going to get into that. And then it goes back to Harry and Macy, where they're in Maggie's office. They search up Jordan's family on the internet, and they see them obituaries, and then Harry asks Macy how old is Jordan. She says 25, and they're all looking outside the office where Jordan's like sitting across and looked at him, and probably on their mind they're thinking that they should do something in their power to try to make sure he is able to see his 26th birthday, or to see 26. And then right after that it shows Mel and Kat again. Mel thought that Kat wasn't gonna leave, but Kat reassures her that she is gonna leave, but for a little while, just to not seeing a doctor, just to see, just to get herself back to normal and whatnot, and then she'll come back. But then she gives Mel the keys and tell her that she should find someone suitable to, or capable to watch her store. But then that was just telling, but then Kat was just, telling Mel that in that way that she wants her to watch it, not no one else. So hopefully she does good in that. And then it goes back to Maggie and Parker. So apparently the whole episode, has like only Maggie and Parker, like more information about Parker and stuff, which is good. I mean, everyone there should have their own storyline with whoever or with themselves. So Maggie was gonna already leave to go back home. Parker asks where she's going. She says she needs to go back home. She doesn't belong there. And Parker was thinking, what if I found a way for you to belong here? And she's just wondering what was it. He takes her hand. She's wondering what he was gonna do. He ends up saying, Margarita, Amelia Vera, will you marry me? And that shocks Maggie. Of course, it would shock us too. I mean, some of the fans, some of us do want her to actually say yes to Parker, but honestly, she got also be an adult about this and see if it's the right thing to do, because in the promo for the next episode that's happening like next week, because this week there's no new episode, where it shows that the recap of it, and then it shows the part where Macy, Mel are in Maggie's room talking to her about it, saying Maggie tells them that she loves Parker, and then Mel says that no marriages go down this easily or something. I don't know, I forgot. I need to watch the promo. Macy, then I don't know if Macy said anything. We're gonna have to watch the episode for that. And then it gets to the part where Harry said that it could, that could be dangerous. And then it goes to another part where Mel and Macy are with Harry, but Harry doesn't look at Macy. He only looks at Mel when Mel is talking to him. And Mel asks Harry, is there a spell where they can show Maggie what that decision or something was wrong. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if they went through with it or not. And then there's a part in the promo where Maggie goes to Parker and Parker was probably gonna kiss her or something. Then she stopped it. But we do not know what they're gonna talk about until we see the episode. The episode. And we can't always honestly take up what the promo shows until we watch the whole episode. Because honestly, when you watch the whole episode, you'd be like shocked, surprised, and mind blown on it. And honestly, I want to also see what Abigail has in store for them, because now that she has her powers back from the snack that Godric gave her, she can now get rid of Parker and anyone who gets in her way with him. So I'm excited to see that, but I'm also excited, but I also want to see the storyline between Harry and Macy, because apparently now they have this tension and they need to talk it out, or else both of the sisters are just gonna lock them in a room or in a car to talk it out. But who knows? Probably they would do that. And also Harry needs to figure out his whole self before he can really talk it out, their feelings for each other with Macy. So I'm excited to see that too, and I'm also curious of Mel's storyline in the next episode. So hopefully we get to see that. And then what else? I also want to see the storyline between Parker and whatnot, to see how, like, if Maggie says no to the proposal, how's Parker gonna take it, what he's gonna do. And also we see that Jimmy, the Dark Lighter of Harry, has a master, but who knows, his possibility might be Abigail, or Jimmy, the Dark Lighter, or Godric. Who knows? There's possibilities between those three. But then there might be a new character coming in who might be the master. We won't know until the next episode on that happens. Apparently, when they go on their Christmas hiatus or winter hiatus, we probably won't see the next Charmed episode, but the next 2 months. That's what I've been seeing on Twitter. I don't know if it's really official. Who knows? And also, can I say this? Harry is allowed to feel what he feels in episode 7 and in future episodes where he still continues to feel that way, because honestly his world has broken apart, where he finds out he has a Dark Lighter that looks like him, and finding out that the woman he loves had like already an interaction with him, with the Dark Lighter, telling him that she does like him different when the Dark Lighter asks if she liked it. And then finding out Jimmy telling him that he would never be good enough or never be enough for Macy. Honestly, Harry should just figure that out and realize that he is enough for Macy, because honestly, if he wasn't enough for Macy, he would have like moved on to another person, but he doesn't do that because he's not that kind of person. Maybe his mortal self was, but he's not that person anymore. He's totally a whole different person. And also with finding out that Macy probably might like his Dark Lighter, I mean, that is very hurtful to find that the person you love, that you have feelings for, and you haven't talked it out with that person yet, that they probably might like someone in the group. And then honestly, if Harry needs a vacation, he should take a vacation, like however long he needs to get all his affairs in order, like with Macy, his feelings, his whole self, and what others he needs to figure out. What else? Macy also, I also like to see Macy try to find a way how to get her telekinesis back, other than just depending on her demon powers, and Mel trying to find a way how to get her powers back while she's, still helping Cat with the store and whatnot. Maggie, I would love to see her powers advance more, like, where she can, like, work with it. To figure out herself. I mean, she does know herself and whatnot, but I mean, like, figure out herself, like, with love and with whatnot. And also with the four figuring out their relationship as a family and whatnot. And honestly, Mel and Maggie talks about that they promise not to have no relationship. So I'm also want to see how they would take if Harry and Macy decided to have a relationship with each other. Hopefully they take that very well, or open their arms to them if they ever decide to have a relationship. So before the video goes on, because it's already longer than the first part, I hope you guys love this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and tap the notification bell to always be notified. And comment down below if you found this two part of the videos informed, or yeah. And also comment down below what other videos I should do for the next upcoming videos, and I'll take that in consideration. And also, don't mind my makeup because I just got back to doing my eyeliner and my lipstick. So my lipstick looks like out of line. I'm just starting to get back to it. It still looks good to me at this point, and I might not take it off till like 9 o'clock tonight because, you know, I'm still also gonna record other videos. So I hope you guys love the video, and I'll see you in the next video, family. Bye.
Oh,